Every woman is specially blessed because it's not easy to be a stay-at-home mom, and I just want to share my experiences, how I feel, and I just want to relate to some other people. Guys, what's poppin'? It's your baby girl. Don't mind me. Hello guys, welcome back again to Nina Family Channel, and if it's your first time stopping by, coming across the space, you are highly welcome. Welcome back again to my little space. Guys, welcome back again to Nina Family Channel. How you all doing? Hope amazing. Try my best to upload as more often as I can because this channel needs to grow, guys. This channel needs to grow. And in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my experiences as a stay-at-home mom, living in diaspora, living in America, living outside Nigeria. And if you don't know me, I'm an Igbo girl living in United States of America, and I've been a stay-at-home mom going to 2 years now. God, I can't believe this. I got off work. I worked until my 8th month in pregnancy. So I had a baby in April 2020. So I got off work in March 2020, and ever since I got off work in March 2020, I haven't been to work anymore. And I'm here to share my experience and to encourage other moms who are in my shoes that we got this, because being a mom is already a full-time job by itself. So I'm doing this video based on the trend. I know the trend has already passed though, when some people were talking about being a mom, if it's a full-time job or what. I can't remember exactly how the trend went, but something similar to what I'm about to share with you guys.
I don't want my wife to become a stay-at-home mom. Before the baby, she was ambitious. What happened? Dear Care and Feeding, I'm a new father of a beautiful 10-month-old girl. My wife's company has a generous maternity leave policy, and she has been at home with our daughter since the birth and is scheduled to go back to work just after her first birthday in January. But she recently told me she doesn't want to go back to her job. She would like to be a stay-at-home parent instead. Then he goes on about how he's trying to convince her not to do that. He says, one of the things that I was most attracted to was her ambition and tenacity. It's really surprising to hear that her career isn't that important to her anymore. Honestly, I don't want her to quit her job. She earns about the same as I do, and while we could make ends meet on my income alone, it would impact our ability to save, and we'd need to give up one of our cars and cut back on extras that make life more enjoyable. I also just don't want a stay-at-home wife. I really admired her work ethic, and I want her to set a good example for our daughter, too. Seeing her give up like this is really disappointing. What should I do? Signed, suddenly the breadwinner. What should I do? What should I do? To quote The Godfather when he is asked that very question by Johnny Fontaine, "You can act like a man! What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? What man? Are you..." This is the husband who wrote this letter. This is putatively the husband who wrote this letter. So many things wrong with it. His wife has this daughter, and she has the audacity to want to raise her own daughter. And you see, this is not ambitious. If the wife goes to the widget factory and types all day on her keyboard and just does spreadsheets, and makes widgets, and, well, she doesn't make the widgets, but, she's sort of supervising the people who have outsourced the widget making to so she's doing that. That's really ambitious. But raising a human being, it's like, whatever, you can just hire someone to do that. You see, what this guy wants to do, he wants to send his wife to work for another man so that she can make money so that he can pay another woman to raise his child. Because that's the way it's supposed to work. That's ambitious. Otherwise, if the mother doesn't want to do this, she's giving up. And can you believe this guy? I mean, I get it. I share his outrage. He's suddenly the breadwinner. I mean, he makes plenty of money, but he might not be able to buy a new car next year. Suddenly the breadwinner. It's like this selfish woman expects her husband to provide for his family. Can you imagine that? While she raises his child. Gosh, what What a selfish woman. What a lazy, selfish woman to want to raise her family and to want her husband to work and support the family. This dude is everything wrong with our culture. And even the perception of it. I mean, maybe he comes by the perception, honestly, that raising a family is somehow giving up, or it's lazy, or it's not ambitious. The hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. We used to know that. We used to know that. A mother with her child is the center of the world, of this world that we're all living in. It is the absolute center. Everything else that we do in this material world, in our economic life, all of it exists to serve that. Not everybody gets to have children. It's actually hard for a lot of people to have children. For some people, they don't get that option. But we can cast, it's nothing. Let's just pay somebody else to raise our kid. That's the economic model. That, I don't mean just to beat up on this guy. I mean, this guy is truly a schmuck. He is a girly man, as we say. You know, it reminds me of the distinction between womanly and womanish. Womanly is a woman acting in a way that is proper for a woman to act, right? It's not an insult, it's a compliment. Oh, she's so womanly, oh my gosh. When a man acts in a way that it is proper for a woman to act, there's nothing admirable about that, because those qualities are corrupted, they're perverse, they're wrong. It is womanish. So when you call someone a girly man, it's not an insult against girls. It's an insult against that guy, because he's acting in a way that is so perverse. But he's doing something that our whole culture is doing, and it's not just the left. It's not just the left, though they sort of instigated it, especially in the 1970s, saying that the only values that matter are manly values and women need to be forced to go out and work. Simone de Beauvoir, who was one of the most famous feminists ever, I guess, and was also, ironically, the jilted common law wife of a notorious philanderer, the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre. One time, Simone de Beauvoir was having a debate with Betty Friedan over feminism. There's two prominent feminists. And Friedan said, yeah, if women want to work, good. If women want to stay home, good. And Beauvoir said, no. We can't give them that choice. We have to force women to work. Because if we give them the option to stay at home, they'll take that option. And that is not conducive to liberation. The left believes that, and the right believes that. The right, there are some proposals now to incentivize having families because we have a dying population and a birth rate below replacement. And so some people, I think Rubio is the one who did this, said, we're going to incentivize work. Romney's plan of direct payments to families who have kids, that's wrong. We need to incentivize work. We're the party of work. No. I think that if a woman wants to raise her family, that's a really good, wonderful thing. That should be incentivized by society. We should not force her to go out and work in the widget factory. There's nothing conservative about forcing women out of their homes to pay some other woman to raise their kids so that they can go work at the widget factory and get a paycheck. That is a totally perverse, ultimately liberal left-wing view of mankind, viewing mankind as primarily an economic actor rather than what we really are, which is complex people with complex relationships, born into families, born into communities, who appreciate beauty, who serve God, who have more going on for them than their paychecks. My only advice, I guess, would be to this woman, which is, are you sure you've made the best choices? I'm not saying leave your husband, but, maybe smack him around a little bit, get him to shape up.
Being a stay-at-home mom is not easy. It's not easy because working already is, even to me, I would say working is way easier than dealing with kids. I only have one, and sometimes I say to myself, I don't know how our parents did it. I don't know how my mom did it. So staying at home doesn't really make you like handicapped or anything. Staying at home or being a stay-at-home mom has not been an easy task, but I will tell you that dealing with your children, dealing with your kids, dealing with your child is already a full-time job by itself. Okay, so guys, like I was telling you guys, dealing with kids are not easy. That's a full-time job by itself, and I want you all to know that you are doing amazing. Every woman is specially blessed, because guys, this life is not easy at all. It's not. So you have to give yourself that big thumbs up, encourage yourself, and just know that you're not doing anything bad. If you have a supporting husband, that's the best part of the whole thing.